How do you feel about a person being an underdog?
I love underdogs. My wife will tell you, I prefer underdogs all day.
And do you know what I mean by that?
Well, let's see your understanding of it, or your interpretation of an underdog.
A person who is let me get my phone because someone told me about this last night.
Okay.
He told me that I'm an underdog.
When I was on campus and I had this teammate speak to me about if he didn't know me, he'd be scared of me. And I inquired why. He shared, well, because you're not smiling, you look intimidating. But because I know you, I'm not afraid of you. But if I didn't know you, I would be. But what I ultimately took from that he wasn't necessarily inferring or conscious that he was inferring, was that it was my blackness that was intimidating.
King, I see someone that took, was, started with lemons and made lemonade based on, where the generation before me gave me tools and as an opportunity for me to, make sure to represent and build on it. And, so them giving me something to work with, and it's my job to take it to another level. So, that's the first thing that comes to mind, yeah.
I see a lot of hard work, right? I see a lot of investment. I see the generations that came before me, right? Like,
3 hardest struggles about being a black man. I'd say if I had to name 3 off the top of the head, I would say, like I said, stereotype and everyone being intimidated sometimes by our presence. And that right there is something that I think of and try to be aware of. I think the challenge of in a community, making sure that we're doing positive things and we don't fall into, some of those things that are negative, and just always, trying to be better and do more and taking on the challenges and making things happen. So using our uniqueness and our creativity, but at the same time, a lot of it is you're born with it. So it's up to you to kind of seek it and go after it.
the reason I got into this realm, this field of work, is because a lot of people talked to me, they didn't talk with me, right? No one inquired what it is that I wanted. A lot of people told me, oh, this is what you're good at, you should do this.
That is a daily challenge in terms of fears of just always on that tenacity of trying to stay within myself, but yet trying to dream and reach for the stars, as you would say.
I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist. That's so countercultural to what a black male is and does, right? And how I came to be here was via a very dominant stereotype of black males. I played collegiate football, but I utilized it as a tool and an access to get to where I ultimately wanted to be. I didn't start playing football until I was 14. I knew I wanted to be a counselor since I was 15, and I'm now 30 going on 31 this year. The interactions that we have, you get to take a part of your life and know that Will did something different. Will ain't out on no corner, Will ain't out on nobody TV, Will's not promoting something, Will's potentially countercultural to what I know or potentially thought was the only outlets I had for myself.
And after the initial gym working there, I had an opportunity to get my own gym and brought it back to the community I grew up in, and the rest kind of took care of itself. Like, we needed something like this, something positive in this community, and what better than someone that's from here. And I've been active. I ran these streets, and also, got a scholarship right out of San Diego. So that's how this story began. And
there was a concern about street violence. I remember a conversation my dad had with me where he was like, Pop, you get big now, dudes in these streets not gonna fight you, they're gonna shoot you. And being highly aware of that 13, 14 years old. So I would say to those youth, be curious. Don't take anything at face value, right? Like, don't limit yourself more than anything. My boy and I, we always say, don't fight stardom, right? Don't fight stardom at all. Don't be scared to go out and try something new, because you never. I can recall a day after there was a number of black men that had been gunned down in interactions with police, and I sat in my bed crying with my wife at one point, because we were having conversations around having kids and the thought of raising a black son, an African-American son in this society, and knowing that I can do everything right. We can do everything right and he can be an upstanding young man, but the challenges he faced, his peer counterpart won't.
Yes, a black male is, you know, a small percentage of San Diego, but I love it, nothing better.